Hey yo XO family, it's your boy Jalen's XO back with another video, and today I'm going to be explaining the Leopard Gecko Ultimate Care Guide in 10 categories: enclosure size, temperature and humidity, compatibility, care, price, availability, fun facts, background knowledge, life expectancy, and tank setup. I hope this video can help you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy. Without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Background knowledge. The leopard gecko is a terrestrial reptile native to the rocky, dry grasslands and desert regions of Afghanistan, Iran, Pakistan, India, and Nepal. The leopard gecko has become a popular pet, and due to extensive captive breeding, it is sometimes referred to as the first domesticated species of lizard.
Price. Leopard geckos have a wide price range. You can easily buy one for as little as $15 and as much as $3,000. However, the price of your pet leopard gecko should typically be around $30 to $75. In my store, for example, they range from $75 to $200. If this is out of your price range, or you really don't think that's worth it for your first pet reptile, rehoming is always an option. Everyone is always trying to get rid of something, so check Facebook, ask around. Everyone tries to rehome because these things live 20 years and people aren't always fully committed to them. Make sure if you're not willing to buy one, you always check for a rehome. I got both my leopard geckos for free. I got cheese from a customer, and I found Coco on the side of the road. I'll have a story time and a separate video on her in the later video.
Enclosure size. I personally recommend a 40 to 55 gallon for my leopard gecko, as you can see in the video here, but a 20 gallon works just fine. It all depends on the age and size of your leopard gecko.
Just keep in mind that these reptiles can reach up to 11 inches.
I currently have Coco housed in a 22 gallon PVC enclosure, and Cheese is housed in a ZooMed 40 gallon tank.
Availability. Leopard geckos are a fairly available reptile. You can find them in your nearest pet store, reptile expos, online, and pretty much anywhere.
Life expectancy. Leopard geckos can live anywhere from 10 to 20 years in captivity. Like I said before, this is a long time commitment. So if you aren't willing to take care of a reptile for the next 20 years, then I wouldn't suggest getting a leopard gecko.
The oldest leopard gecko to ever lived
to 32 years old.
Compatibility. I wouldn't suggest housing males or females unless you're trying for a breeding project. Two males also shouldn't be paired because of fighting. It can be acceptable to house two females. Just make sure they have enough space and get along well. In terms of humans, leopard geckos are very docile creatures, and they don't enjoy handling, but they do tolerate it. Although, if your leopard gecko is very stressed out, it can drop its tail. Temperature and humidity. A cool side of a leopard gecko's enclosure should be around 75 to 80 degrees. Your warm temperatures should be around 80 to 85 degrees, and your basking temperature should be around 90 to 95 degrees. If these numbers fall a little bit over or under, as long as it's not for a long period of time, it should be fine. As far as humidity, your humidity should be around 30%. It should be around 60% in the humid hive.
Care. Leopard geckos are insectivores, meaning they only eat insects. I feed my leopard geckos every 2 days because they are adults, but as a baby, I suggest feeding daily. Crickets, mealworms, hornworms, dubia roaches, grasshoppers, locusts, anything that is a captive bred bug, I would say you could feed your leopard gecko. Just make sure that it's high in protein and it's good for them. You don't want to overfeed things like hornworms, waxworms, and mealworms because they're not always good for your leopard gecko. Tank setup. If you haven't already, make sure you go watch my video titled Natural Leopard Gecko Setup New 2023.
First, I personally like to clean out my tank, new or old, just to make sure all the dust, dirt, and grime is out, if there is any. Next, you want to lay down your substrate. If you're a beginner, I recommend using Repti carpet, but make sure you change it weekly or monthly. If you're a more experienced or advanced owner, then I would say try switching to bioactive or use a loose substrate, just to replicate a more natural environment. I like to have at least 3 hides in my leopard gecko enclosure, one for a hot hide, one for a humid hide, and one for a cool hide. But in this 40 gallon, I provided 5 just to give Cheese a place to hide. Even though Cheese only uses the 1 rock layer hide, which I do highly recommend. Use some sphagnum moss in combination with Repti soil as my substrate, only because I do have problems holding humidity. Like I said, it's going to be a 30% humidity range, but I still like to have little spikes to replicate nature. I added some sandblasted wood to give Cheese some climbing ability. I gave Cheese a water bowl. I stuffed her humid hide that's in the middle with moss. I sprayed it down, and then the decorations and foliage are just for the look. Other than that, you want to use a UV on one side. I personally use the UV Repti Sun strips, and you could use a Solar Glow or Power Sun UV heat compact bulb. I did the same thing for Coco, but just on a smaller level. Like I said, I wanted to monitor her and make sure she was good, make sure she was eating. It is a little bit harder to keep her temperatures cool because it is such a small enclosure, so it dries out really fast. She's having eye issues, so I might have to convert her tank over again. I haven't really had the time to really give her the attention and love that she needs, just because I don't know if I told you guys, but I am working 2 jobs. So I do work from 8:45 to 5 and then 10:30 at night to 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's just very hard to incorporate feeding all my reptiles and caring for all my reptiles in one day, let alone working 2 jobs. There is no excuse to want to take care of my pets, and it's not like I don't want to, but just in this stage in her life, she really needs it. Fun facts: unlike most geckos, leopard geckos actually have movable eyelids. Leopard geckos cannot climb smooth surfaces because they do not have sticky toe pads like most geckos do. Also, leopard geckos eat their shed skin.
I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'm sorry this video took so long to upload, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, leave comments down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I love you all. See you in the next video.